Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Viona Mokera and today I'm going to show you how to bake delicious blueberry cake the traditional method without using the microwave oven, baking oven or gas cooker. First, start with the dry ingredients. Into an empty bowl, add 300 grams of sugar, 375 grams of sieved all-purpose flour. I use Ajob all-purpose flour. Add 4 teaspoons of sieved baking powder. You can use a hand whisk, fork or hand mixer to mix the dry ingredients. Into a separate bowl, add the wet ingredients. Add 300 grams of Blue Band margarine and mix it to make it airy. Add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla essence and mix it well with the Blue Band. Set aside 2 smaller bowls, one for putting the eggs and the other one for putting the eggshells. This step isn't necessary but can be an important one to avoid putting spoiled eggs accidentally into the batter mixture if you crack the egg directly into the mixture. Add 1 egg at a time and mix it well each time. Here, I tried using something I've never used before. I used a hand blender to blend the mixture to see how well it will work. If you don't have one, you can use a hand mixer or a hand whisk as well. Remember to incorporate 1 egg at a time. As you can see, the hand mixer wasn't that bad in mixing the ingredients. Now add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Don't add it all at once. Add it little by little, making sure the batter is mixed well each time. At the beginning, I used the hand mixer, then later on decided to use a mwiko to mix the batter. I don't know the English name for a mwiko, but it's like a big, flat wooden spoon. The mwiko was commonly used by our parents and grandparents before the electric mixtures were introduced. I've never used a mwiko before, but I was pleasantly surprised with the results. The batter was smooth. Now comes the favorite part of the video, which is adding the 150 grams of blueberries, which I'd frozen for 4 hours. Add around 1 tablespoon of flour to the blueberries. Toss them and make sure they are coated well with the flour. Adding flour to the blueberries helps the blueberries not to sink when the cake is baking. This step is optional and it depends on your preference. I divided the blueberries into half so that one can be mixed into the batter and the other half I placed them on top of the batter, as you will see later on. It won't be a traditional cake without using a sufuria, which was commonly used in the past. Apply Blue Band all around the inside of the sufuria and make sure everywhere is coated well. Add at least 2 tablespoons of flour and coat the sufuria well all around with the flour. This step is very important as it helps the cake not to stick to the sufuria. Now add the batter mixture into the sufuria. As you can see, the batter is kinda thick, so don't worry if your batter is thick, just make sure its consistency is like this. The other half of the blueberries I mentioned earlier, here is where I put them. You can place them in whatever way you want. I used a regular tablespoon and just pressed the blueberries lightly so they stick a bit more onto the batter mixture. Now the star of this video is using a jiko, but more specifically the charcoal. Make sure the charcoal is hot first before placing the sufuria onto the jiko. Take some of the hot and burning charcoal and place them on top of the sufuria and some through the door of the jiko. This is to maintain the heat all around the sufuria. Now let it bake for 2 hours and keep checking after 30 minutes to see if the charcoal is still hot. This is a slow process, so you can never go wrong with baking using this method. After 2 hours, your delicious and yummy cake is ready. The blueberries also give a nice smell to the cake. Using a clean kneading pin or a thin knife to check if the cake has been cooked all through. Wait for the cake to cool down and then enjoy it with your friends or family or even by yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until my next video, bye!